Good afternoon. We'd like to go over Module 4, which runs from today, June 22nd, through next Monday, which is the 29th. And just a quick reminder that we will not have a module posted next week because it's the week of the 4th. At the top, you see the overview, which this week we will be focusing on revising the data analysis section that you did in the spring semester and continuing to reflect on the capstone process. Our learning objectives for this week are to revise the data analysis section and to complete reflection 3. If we go down to our learning activities, I'll post the video as I do each week under number 1. And then the capstone methodology section, which will focus again this week on the data analysis. And just like it has been the last couple of weeks, I have posted here a description from the capstone description of what should be in the data analysis, including the rubric. You're going to create a Word document just as you have the last 2 weeks. You could also, if you would like, use a Google document. I really hadn't thought about that, but I think a couple of folks were using them. So Word document, Google document, just make sure that your Google document is, if you use one, is set so that others can comment on it. And the best way to do that is just to make it so that anyone can comment on it. And make sure that you just include the data analysis section. You don't include any of the other sections. You can put them all together when we get to the end of the semester. And you're going to, just as you have again in the last couple of weeks, you're going to post the document or a link to your document at the bottom of this agenda for your group. And then that should be done by Saturday. And then one of your group members will come in and select your paper. It doesn't have to be the same one each week. And we'll provide you feedback, and you'll pick somebody's paper and do the same, right? And just make sure, again, and just hate to keep repeating myself on this, but this is really an opportunity for you to demonstrate your learning over the course of the program as it relates to the work that we did in 601, but also the work that you did in Dr. Stin's class in the spring. And two, just what you've learned in your cognates, whether it's trauma-informed or STEAM, really to provide feedback based on what you've learned in the program. And number 3, and then I'm sorry, just finally, as in the past, your changes, your recommendations that you make should be posted back at the bottom of the page by Monday, no later than midnight. Number 3 for this week is our next reflection. I have an article here. Remember, our reflections are typically going to be about the overarching theme of the program, which is teacher leadership. And so I have an article, Teacher Leadership, Prospects and Promises, and I'd like for you to write 2 to 3 paragraph reflection. I just got finished reading your first reflection, and most of you wrote much longer than that, and that's great. I'm glad that you enjoyed those. One was a TED Talk, the other was an article. I'm glad that you enjoyed those and found them beneficial and had a lot to say about them. Got 2 prompts that you can choose from for this particular article. And the first one is to discuss how your school is engaging in collaborative leadership. Be sure to make specific connections in the article, including citing page numbers. So for this one, I want you to, and you should always really at this level, you should always be pulling either direct quotes or paraphrase comments to put into your reflection to support what you're saying, and you should use proper APA formatting for that. And kind of on that, just remember that everything should be APA formatted. So, your paragraph should be indented for one. But two, go back and look at the syllabus. When you submit a Word document, make sure that you put your last name, first initial in that document so I know who it is, but also your name, and there's some other information should be on all of the documents that you submit at the top of them. So be sure to look over that. I'll start deducting points if those instructions aren't followed moving forward. And then you're going to submit your reflection by midnight on Monday, 6/29, and then also going to complete your group check-in. This is the second check-in, and you click here, and this will be you providing me with feedback on how this is going, as far as are you getting substantive feedback from your partners, and if not, then again, like I say, I'll have a conversation to make sure that they go back and provide feedback. Okay, so that's it. You can see at the bottom of the page, this is where you're going to submit the requirements or the assignments for this week. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. You can call me at the office number, which is 272-8409, and you can text me or call me on my cell, which is 502-439-3753. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk with you next week.